right? So last week was not so much of a great week, right? Last week was not so much of a great week. So let's recap for that week first before we see what we have for this new week. So the only trade I took last week was AUD card, right? AUD card. And I was posting it on the Telegram because I was feeling very confident in this particular pair, right? I was feeling very confident. I let you guys know when it got to area of interest, showed you guys when I got the alert the first time here, right? So we basically just followed this pair. The price switched bullish at the time. As you can see, I asked you guys here, right? It switched bullish. That's why it was risky, right? And then it switched back to bearish. And then I analyzed this market. We avoided a loss the first time. And then market came back, having a shift of structure to the downside again. It was a clean setup. If I see this setup again, I'm going to still take it, right? It was a clean setup, head and shoulder pattern. It was a clean one, but unfortunately, it did not play out. And it was an A+ setup, by the way. I explained, I didn't explain it, but I showed you guys that this was a 90% trade setup, and it was good enough, right? But it just didn't play out this time. So I'm not really happy. It's not because I lost. That's why I'm not happy. I'm still up positive 2% for this month so far, right? So this month so far, I've lost 2 trades and I've won 1 trade. So it's that 1 trade that is still keeping me up 2%, and it was AUD USD. I remember I caught a 1:3 risk reward ratio on that trade. It was in a Telegram too as well, and then I lost 2 trades after that, which is this last one, and then one pair here. I've forgotten, it was a Euro pair, I'm sure, right? So I'm still up 2%, but I'm sad mostly because I don't think my community is up 2%. That AED card, it happened in the middle of the night. I don't think a lot of people call that trade, right? So even if I am still up, I'm still low-key sad, right? And this is what is saving me right here. Let me show you guys this trade, this particular video I made last time, right? So the reason I'm still up this month so far 2%, even if it's still little, is because of this video I made last time. I explained why even if you lose more in trading, you can still come out positive at the end of the day, right? So I'm still sad because of my community, but that does not mean I'm still losing, right? So let's just see what we have for this week. I really hope that this week goes very well, right? This last week was just too many fundamentals going on, right? Bullish catalyst dump, bearish catalyst dump, no catalyst still dump, breathe air dump. Everything is just dumping. I don't know what is happening. So, but of course, we'll keep on following the plan and let us see what we have for this new week. So first pair we have here, let's see, AUD what? AUD USD. Okay, so let us see what we have here. The daily time frame is currently bearish, right? The daily time frame is currently bearish, which simply means we'll still be using that area of interest that I just deleted, by the way, for sales. So let me see how other time frames look. Weekly time frame, also bearish, and 4-hour time frame. And 4-hour time frame, well, it's currently bullish somehow, right? So this pair, we just need a break and retest under this level to actually sell. We just need a break and retest under this level here to sell. So that is the first pair, but I don't know if this is going to happen this week, right? But let's just continue going first and see what we have. Seriously, Euro USD. Alright, what the hell is Euro USD doing? It's supposed to be selling from here, sure. So Euro USD is currently bearish, and it's still bearish, right? It's still bearish. Weekly time frame is, well, you can technically call this bullish, or you can call this bearish. But I'll just like to call it bullish so that we'll see how the 4-hour looks. 4-hour time frame is currently bullish, but I still like it for sales, right? I think I'll still be paying attention to this game plan I had last week, because that's exactly what's happening right now. This is currently the higher high and this is the higher low, right? So for price to switch bearish, I'll need price to break under this low, which means we'll still need a break and retest under here. And EMA that is currently holding it as support. If price can make it to around this area, it's going to be holding it as resistance to continue selling. I don't know whether you guys are seeing what I'm saying, right? So, I mean, I don't think this is the bad one. Let me look at the daily again. And for price to have that break and retest under, price is not supposed to cross this high. So let me mark that high first. As soon as price crosses this high, we are no longer going to be interested in this market. I'm talking about a body candlestick close, not a wick, right? So if price close this high before having that shift of trouble, we'll no longer be interested in this market. So price has to just continue bearish straight up, right, without having a lot of markets. Currently, market price is actually above area of interest, right, which is a very big red flag, right? But of course, we are not going to be involved in this market until price is under here, which means we'll still be waiting for that break and retest under. So I mean, I don't mind taking this trade, right? We'll still be waiting for this break and retest under this level right here. So I'm adding this pair for this week. I like it. AUD card. Yes, this is the AED card I was talking about. We took a loss last week, right? So from here, this was where we were seeing market from the first time, right? So this was how the market was looking, clean area of interest, price is now under, have some form of left head, right shoulder, break. We are waiting for the retest for somewhere around here to sell, but price continued bullish and shifted structure bullish on the 4-hour time frame. And that's when I posted it, right? I posted it that he was risking now to sell this market at that point. And then price came back down. He created a new high, which makes this a new higher high, and this is a new higher low. And then he now shifted bearish again right here, as you can see. This is now the new lower low, and this is the new lower high, right? So now that I shifted bearish, I now became interested in the market again, right? And then I just needed a 1-hour time frame to have some form of break and retest, right? So you can see that we had the break, retest, and the engulfing that engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me count this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of price action in 1 hour. The engulfing candlestick was so strong, it engulfed 7 hours of price action. There's no way I would have not taken this trade, bro. Till now, I'm not regretting the trade. It just disappointed me basically, but this was a good setup. I posted it. I showed you guys about the left head, right shoulder. You guys saw it. This was a good trade. If I see it next time, I'm still going to take it, because this is a foolproof trade. This head and shoulder have made me money before, multiple times, by the way, right? And price is even currently under area of interest, which is a very strong support, respected area. So I'm not really like sad about this trade, but it's just a disappointment, that he had to take me out. So let us see if we can get an opportunity on this same ridiculous market again. So let's delete everything and see what we currently have right now. So this time frame right now, daily time frame is now it's currently choppy. See, you see how last week was weak to the top, weak to the bottom, doji. You just had no decision last week. You understand? So we just need a decision to the downside or to the upside, but it went both up and down. So it's just crazy, right? So daily time frame not looking good. Weekly time frame, last week bearish, this week bullish. Same thing here. It's not looking good too as well. As long as these two time frames are not looking that great, if I'm looking for a pair here, it means I'm forcing it, right? So right now I can't see any. Market was bullish, it switched bearish again, and it switched bullish again. Do you see what's happening? Like the market is all over the place, so we are not going to be betting our money on this kind of pair. From here it switched bullish, right, breaking these highs. Then it broke this low again, switching bearish. Then it broke this high again, switching bullish. Can you guys see it? If you know the strategy, you understand what I'm saying. So this market is really all over the place, right? It's just unfortunate that we had to take it last week. Next pair, let us see what we have. CAD JPY pretty much did not have the retest back to the area we're looking for to buy. So we missed this one, but let us see what we have for this new week. So if I delete everything and come to the daily time frame, we can clearly see that the daily time frame is currently bullish, right? This is the higher high, higher low, right? Area of interest is going to be difficult to find, and this is 2024. By the way, it's too far. This right here, this price action right here is 2024. To me, it's too far. Other people can use it, but me, I'm telling you right now, it's too far. It never really works, by the way. Weekly is also bullish, so we might actually be using a 4-hour area of interest if we can get. And I'm seeing some form of left head, right shoulder, which is not good because other time frames are telling us bullish, right? So we should mostly be tilting towards the higher time frames overall direction. But this right here, no, right? No. Next pair, let us see what we have. This one right here, we're waiting for a break and retest under here. So he broke. The retest was not deep enough. Even he had the second retest. I think it was deep enough, but I don't think we got an entry on this one to buy this market at the time, right? So let me see how the 1 hour looked. As you can see, that was not an engulfing. You see, that's the reason we did not take that trade, right? So that's how we did not buy from this market right here, right? So let us see what we have again. Let us delete everything. Daily time frame, guys. This video is going to be boring, right? That's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be fun. For you to be watching this video, I respect you for that. Seriously, right? It's even boring, even for me analyzing the market. The daily time frame is had a doji last week, right? You can low-key call this an area of interest, but you know how it's just is like a risky one. Like you can barely see taps, you know. But just stick with me here. Let me see what we have. Daily is also bullish. I mean, weekly is also bullish. Then see this area of interest now. We'll now call this a 4-hour area of interest, right? So from this area of interest, we have, let's just call this one rejection, or this multiple rejection. Let's just call it 1, then 2, 3, and 4 somehow. Let's see if the 1 hour is looking good, we might be able to buy this market. So the 1 hour dumped, and then it started buying again. You know, if I'm going to play this market, this is the way I'm thinking, right? This is the way I'm thinking it to happen. Some form of minor trend line here, then a box above this high to be sure that this market is bullish, then a normal break and retest, hopefully something like this, before, I mean a pullback before the break, then retest before we buy, right? So that our stop loss will not have to be all the way down here, so that it will be somewhere around here. You know, I don't think this is a bad trade, but maybe if we have better pairs, I will not have to add this one for this week. So let me just keep it close first. Euro AUD, I'm not seeing any good pairs so much. I think it's only Euro USD that I'm seeing like some good price action, right? AUD USD, I don't think it's going to even happen this week. So let's just continue. Let us see. This one is Euro AUD. Still no decision. We still need a break and retest under this level, right? I can't force any pair on this one. Let me just look at how the 4-hour looks, right? 4-hour is currently bullish. Let's see, it was bearish, switch bullish, bearish again, bullish, bearish. What is happening? I mean, it's overall bullish right now, but I can't buy from a market that is switching bullish and bearish. All these decisions is supposed to just continue bullish. From the EMA, you can clearly see that when it was bearish, it was slowly coming down, right? Now that it's switching bullish and bearish, the EMA is just going up and down. It's basically flat. You understand? So I don't have to take this pair. I don't necessarily have to take this pair. USD card next pair. Wow, this week sounds like it's going to be very boring. Let us see. Daily time frame. What the hell? Let's delete everything. The daily time frame is bullish. Okay, weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. I like these highs. Weekly time frame is, well, currently bullish, right? Weekly time frame is currently bullish. 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame is was bullish. Let me come closer and see what we have. Bearish, bearish, bullish right now. 4 hour time frame is currently bullish. Okay, so if I'm drawing this, as the area of interest, which means we have price was basically coming up before it rejected down, right? When it was above, it was rejecting up. When it was below, it was rejecting down. So we have multiple rejections on this area, right? Which means I believe that this market will buy. So this market is looking good for buyers to me, right? So this right here is market was bearish, strongly bearish, which means the sellers are in control. They start to slow down and have is now finding it hard to make a decision right now, right? So a break and retest above will be good, but let me look at how the 4 hour and daily looks again. Daily is also bullish, and now from this area of interest that we got on the 4 hour time frame, this engulfing candle on the daily engulfed 2 days of price action, right? So I'm just noticing that now, right? So this trade is not really that good of a trade. I mean, it's not one of the best of the best, right? But I mean, it's one trade that can play out. It's one trade that can play out. So this right here is what? Price bullish, bearish. We almost need for price to break above this high to buy. Again, I'll make a decision about this pair. If you don't get good pairs, I don't have to add this one for this week. So something like this is good, and I actually think this will play out. I've seen multiple trades that have momentum to one particular direction, and then when it starts slowing down, the EMA will start to shift structure and then to start buying. I've seen that in multiple times. So let's just keep it for this week for now. I'll make a decision about it later. Let's continue. NZD card next pair. If you have anything, you should delete it and let us see what we have. So currently, this market is still bearish, but we don't have area of interest. You can just clearly see it. We don't have area of interest. Next pair, GBP USD. Yo, what a okay. All right, GBP USD. Currently bearish, obviously. Um, GBP USD is currently bearish right now. We almost need for price to get back into this area to continue selling. Let us see how the 4 hour looks. The 4 hour is currently bullish, right? So the idea of this market is just for price to get to here and continue selling, but I almost doubt that is going to happen this week. I highly doubt that is going to happen this week. It might take like 2 days for price to get here. Then is it going to take 3 days for price to come on the way down here? So the next pair we have right now is GBP AUD, right? GBP AUD right now, is bearish. We expected price to come back to area right here to sell, which it did, but we did not get an entry on that market, right? I cannot really see an opportunity here. Let's look at how the 4 hour looks. I also think that GBP AUD is all over the place, right? So I'm not planning on adding that one for the week. Let's see the next pair. Euro NZD, right? Euro NZD daily time frame. Daily time frame is currently bully bearish. It's currently bearish. 4 hour time frame is bullish, right? Weekly time frame is bullish, as you can see. So we don't have two time frame in sync, so there's no need to trade this one. Next pair, AED CHF weekly time frame. Let's delete everything for clearer view. AED CHF is currently bearish on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame is bullish. On the 4 hour time frame is bearish. So we don't have two time frame in sync. But I believe that this market can sell. AED JPY next pair. Daily time frame is bullish. Weekly time frame bullish. Okay, we have two time frame in sync. 4 hour time frame is bullish. So we have three time frame in sync. So maybe we can use this as the area of interest. Four-hour time frame is bullish. Let us look at the daily time frame again. The daily time frame, this area of interest is not good. It's not clean on the daily time frame. It's only cleaner on the 4 hour time frame for buys, right? So let me go to 1 hour and see what we have. This pair is looking familiar. Did we add any GPY pair here? I think it's USD GPY. Okay, so let us see. Price have currently switched bearish already. So what I'll be looking for is another break under here, then a retest to buy, right? Right now, if we look for engulfing right here, we can buy. But so as I was saying on GBP AUD, right now currently market is actually bullish on the 1 hour time frame, which is the entry time frame, right? And since we are looking for buys, this right here is a break and this right here is a retest, and then we can just enter from the engulfing that is going to form, right? But if you enter from that engulfing, price our stop loss is going to have to be something like this. It's going to be all the way down here, right? But if you wait for an extra break and retest like here, then our entry is going to be something around here, and then stop loss is not going to be that far. Maybe it's going to be around this level right here. You understand? Then we'll target basically 1:2 risk reward ratio. So the trade is supposed to be like this. So I mean, let's see if I like this pair again. 1 hour time frame. Okay, 4 hour time frame again. We are using 4 hour area of interest here for this one, right? Then we have the last candle was an engulfing candle on the 4 hour time frame, which engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4 hour candles, right? So that is a lot of hours. So break and retest above will be good for buys to continue buying. So let's keep it close again. I'll make a decision about that one soon. GBP CHF next pair. So GBP CHF last week was a doji. And by the way, I just remember that this pair do not have any price action under here before. So trading this pair is just risk. It's just full-blown risks, right? Full-blown risks. There's no even price data to tell us what to do, right? We can only just predict that this right here that was bullish, that was bearish, and the last week was a doji. It's possible that the next week can just be bullish now. because after doji we expect reversals basically. You understand? But it doesn't happen all the time. So it's crazy how GBP CHF closed at the exact point it opened for this week. If you look at the if you look at this right here, you can see 0 0, no movement basically. Right? So price moved all the way up and down and closed at the exact point it opened. That is just crazy. I've never seen that before. So GBP CHF, we can't just trade that one. Next pair, Euro GBP. Euro GBP basically had a break. The retest did not get all the way back to entry, so we did not manage to buy this market. And I don't think we can manage to buy it right now because price is all the way up here. But let us just see 4 hour time frame again. No, no. Next pair, Euro NZD USD. NZD USD. Okay. If you are going to be using area of interest, it's going to be first. Let me see what we have first. Anyway, NZD USD could sell, but there's a reason I'm not adding for this week because this price action that we're using happened over. Let me show you guys. So this area of interest now happened over 296 days ago, right? So it has more reaction from that point than current market, right? So it's to me it's not valid, right? To me it's not valid. So I can't really add this one for this week, but I actually believe that this market could sell from here, right? It could sell from here. Or can we get a 4 hour area of interest? This market looks forced, right? So I don't have to add this one for this week. Let us see another pair we have. GBP NZD, let's see. Daily time frame. These markets are not just clean. Weekly time frame is bearish. Daily time frame is also bearish. And the 4 hour time frame is also bearish. I just remembered something. I was planning on telling you guys about this pair for sales last week, but at the time I saw it was at this high, which means it was above area of interest, so I was no longer interested. I had no idea that this thing happened. This massive movement happened because I did not check it anymore. Let us see if we would have gotten an entry on this pair before we continue. So 1 hour time frame was still bullish, so I don't think we would have gotten an entry on this pair. The only entry that is very possible here is just this engulfing right here, but you know that we are still buying, we are still selling at a bullish market, so it's going to be a very full risk. It's going to be risky, right? The market was not bearish for us to sell this market, but it's okay, but there's nothing we can do on this pair this new week. Let's see NZD. Wow, this market bought again. I called this buy here that first time, and then I called this buy again and it still bought. Patterns repeat themselves. It's crazy. But right now the market has already bought. We can't really necessarily take this pair, right? We can't actually take it. Is there any other thing we can see here? We can't predict sales on this market. So let's see next pair. Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Higher high, basically. There's just nothing we can do. This is the 4 hour time frame. We are going to squeeze area of interest. It's going to be on the 4 hour and we can barely see anything. So next pair, GBP JPY. Let's see how the daily looks. Daily time frame. This one is very confusing. What's happening? Is it bullish? It's bullish and bullish again. Okay. Daily time frame is bullish. Weekly time frame is also bullish. It's also bullish. 4 hour time frame is also bullish. It's a tight one, but it's also bullish. Can we get a daily area of interest? Can't necessarily get a daily area of interest. Let's see how it looks on the 4 hour. It doesn't have three taps. To me, this is just one, and this is another one. So it doesn't have three. But my bias for this is actually just buys. Basically, break and retest to buy. But I'm not adding it for this week. Because you know why? There's no three taps. It's not a valid area of interest. GBP card. Daily time frame. Man, this pairs. Daily time frame. Come bearish, switch bullish. It's currently bullish because of this high and this low. Okay, so weekly time frame is bearish. 4 hour time frame is bullish. 4 hour time frame is bullish. Okay. So let me first mark this low. But that's not the area we'll be using. Let me first mark this low. Right. Let me see how the daily looks again. Okay, so daily is bullish, retracement, and bullish engulfing. Right. Okay. So let me draw an area here. Let me draw an area here first. So this area, price was coming down into its rejected up, right? When it was under, price came up to an area, rejected downwards. So price was coming up and rejected downwards. When it was above, rejected upwards, and it had current rejections right here, right? So okay, so let us see. Let me delete this area. Let me delete this area. So what can I see here now? Daily is bullish, right? Daily is bullish. Weekly is bearish, I remember. Then 4 hour is bullish. So we'll be using this as our area. Why is this so clustered? Let me delete all these things. Alright, so we'll be using this as our area, right? 4 hour time frame is also bullish, right? So we have two time frame in sync at least, right? So let's see how the 1 hour is looking right now. Alright, so the 1 hour is, well, doesn't matter whether it's bullish or bearish, but this right here is the lower low, right? Making this now the lower high, which means we need a break above that high, right, to buy. Okay, so this is not that bad. It's not that bad. So all I need is some form of break and retest above here to buy. So I like this pair. I'm just liking it now. So I'm adding it for this week. Alright, so let me see the pairs again that we have. So the first pair is AUD USD. daily time frame, we want price to have a break and retest under here to sell, but it might or might not happen this week, right? So I I'll just move it for this pair for this week, right? Because I actually believe it will not happen this week. Euro USD is the next pair. So Euro USD, I want price to have a break and retest under this level. I want price to have a break and retest under this level to sell without closing above this high, right? So if price close above this high, I will no longer be interested in this market because the daily time frame will switch bullish, right? So I need at least two time frame in sync. If daily time frame switch bullish, I will no longer be interested in selling this market, right? Because we'll have only one time frame telling us to sell, right? Okay, so that's that for Euro USD, right? Break and retest on that to sell. USD card, what was I saying? All right, so USD card, this was a 4-hour area of interest, right? As you can see closely, we have multiple rejections from that area, which means it's a respected area by price. The price can make a decision to be above this area, and EME can now start holding it as support. Then we can confidently buy this market, right? Which simply means I'm expecting USD to gain strength this week, right? If you are selling Euro USD, you're expecting USD to gain strength. If you are buying USD card, we are still expecting USD to gain strength this week, right? So that's not bad. Plus, this is also a personal experience from markets that once we have some huge selling momentum and price is now slowing down and having some form of rounding bottom or something of that nature, is it plays out. I just something I'm used to. It just once it starts switching bullish again, it just happens to plays out good sometimes. Sometimes, but it's something I've noticed by the way. So next pair is GBP card. So what were we seeing here? Let me check if we have two time frame in sync. So I remember we have two time frame in sync. We have daily and 4-hour in sync, right? Clear area of interest right here on the daily time frame, which is the very valid area of interest. So I'll put it above NZD USD card because the area of interest is cleaner, you know. Then 4-hour time frame is also bullish. 4-hour time frame is also bullish, right? So if it was bearish, this was the lower low and lower high, so price clearly broke above all these highs right here, so it made this market bullish, right? And the 1-hour time frame is also clean too as well, so we just need a break and retest above here to buy. So I like these three pairs. I like USD card and GBP card better than Euro USD, but I believe Euro USD can play out. You just have to not break above that high, right? So let us see other pairs. Let me look at gold. By the way, gold has been dumping. I drew this area on one of the weekly setups. It was the 4-hour area I drew, and it seems like price stopped around that area. Wow. So do I think this market will buy or sell? I don't know, bro. I'm not trading gold this week. All this bullshit that's happening, don't put me involved, right? So USD, AED USD, I was planning on adding pairs for this week if they are going to happen. Let us glance through them. So I think it's USD JPY. Do we have any JPY pair here? No. Or AED JPY. So USD JPY or AED JPY. I think I might add one JPY pair for this week to monitor. All right. I'll decide on the next setups, right? So I'll be making a shorter version of this video to explain the setups again, right? So maybe I'll decide there if to add USD JPY or AED JPY to the markets that we'll be having this week, right? So that's pretty much it. Remember to subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. Turn on your notifications so that anytime Zico Forex drop another video, YouTube will send you a notification letting you know that Zico Forex just dropped another video so that you can jump right into it and start winning immediately. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys on the shorter version of these setups.